Hi everyone. So it's the end of my day. I've finished applying for jobs and I found some courses on edX that I'm taking. edX it's a platform where a lot of the universities and colleges have signed up to offer free courses. So I had started taking one on the Red Cross some time ago, but it was too complex for me. It's got a lot of law in it and a lot of legal terms that I just couldn't understand. I'm not a law student, so I stopped doing that one. I do go back and I do a little bit at a time, but generally speaking, I don't do it. So Wits University used to have some courses on there, but I don't see them there anymore. There's other colleges, mainly from America, from Dallas, Wharton, Harvard. So the courses are free, but if you want to do the assignments and get the certificate, then you have to pay for that portion, which I'm not doing. But I like to just take new courses to upgrade my skills. So I'm doing one now on entrepreneurship. I'm hoping that will help me with my John Maxwell. I've already got the basics because when we did our spiritual direction, they had us do a visioning statement. And so with everything I do, I keep that vision in mind of my end goal, of what I want to accomplish. And for spiritual direction, I mean, it's not a for-profit business, but with John Maxwell, it is, and we do charge. So I'm taking it step by step to continue to plug away until I can get that income coming in as a side stream from there, and then continuing to apply for jobs. So I'll see how it goes. I mean, nothing is easy. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. And I'm very grateful to my cousins, Danny and Natalie, for lending me the money for my rent. It's not easy for them. They've also gone through challenges. They've also gone through periods where they've had long periods of unemployment. And, it is hard for them too, because their parents supported me when I went to the police station, and I had to go to Sunnyside, and not Sunnyside, this hospital, Sunnybrook Hospital. Sunnyside is the Wits. They supported me through that, and it's very, very hard. It's very hard when people don't want to confirm what's happening. And, my cousin was asking me, why don't I go back to the hospital? And I said to her, I'm not going back because I got the support that I need. I got the support through counseling, and I'm not willing to go on psychiatric drugs because other people won't tell the truth, or because other people don't agree with my point of view. It's not fair to me. And, for them, they've grown up in an American environment unlike me. And it hurts me that the family keep pushing for me to go on drugs or go back to Sunnybrook, go back to Dr. Zaretsky, because I made my decisions with my doctor, and my doctor knows I'm perfectly capable of holding a job. Teleperformance knows I'm perfectly capable of holding a job. And this job loss wasn't my fault. So it hurts them that I'm saying no, but it hurts me that they will not stand by in my decisions. Because when you come here, people treat you like you're ignorant, like you came here from Africa and you don't know anything. And I've proven them wrong. I've proven it at TD. I've proven it in the contracts I've held. And when people come from different backgrounds, you get this thing of people not understanding what other people are saying. Sometimes it happens. And for me, I won't go back on what I decided. I refuse to be friends with my managers. Yes, over time, there are some managers who are now my friends, and I've accepted their friendship on Facebook, but they're few and far between. They're few and far. I'm not connected with many people that I worked with at TD on Facebook. there's hardly anybody. And Teleperformance, there's a few because I accepted their friendship. I don't let people in because I've been hurt too many times. And it's not easy when you already are facing unemployment. It's not easy to reach out to ask people, to ask for financial help, to say, can you please help me? It's devastating because you're literally a beggar. You're at the mercy of people. And, my cousin was asking me, what are you going to do? What are your next steps? I said to her, I don't know, because I could get a job tomorrow, or I could get a job, I don't know when. I looked into going back to Zimbabwe. That's not an option. I've been applying for jobs overseas. I mean, I've literally tried everything. And our family has been there for their family. When my dad was alive, he was there for all of them, including my aunt, Teresa. Whenever they came home, the door was open. They never had to make up arrangements. They never had to worry about anything. Even if people turned up unannounced, we never complained. Over here, people complain, oh, this is not a good time. Don't come now. We've got something on. We'll arrange the calls. We have to make times and appointments. It's a very different life, and it hurts. It hurts us. It hurts them because they feel we should be more considerate. And even when my sister went, when that snowstorm hit and their plane got diverted, I had to hear it. I had to hear about it from my cousin in England. And I said to her, it was an emergency. She said, why didn't they go stay in a hotel? I said, you know what? I didn't make the arrangements. I don't know. But I can tell you that whenever people need us, we're always there for them. We always have an open door. We never tell people don't come, especially if it's an emergency like that. And that's not how we grew up. So, it's not an easy situation for me to be in. And people are not sensitive to it. They're not sensitive to it. I mean, yes, they understand and they know that it's difficult, but this has been going on since the day I landed in Canada. From the time TD let me go, I haven't had any support. I haven't had anybody opening doors for me. I haven't had anybody reaching out to say, you know what, we worked with Belinda and she's really good and we'd like to bring her in a permanent role. And even when they do, even when Jason Peel and Rajiv Chib and all these people I worked with try, then they say, oh, she's getting special treatment. So I can't win. And meanwhile, the years are going by, my life is going by, my life is being taken away from me. Because the amount of pressure that is put on me is usually the amount of pressure that's put on a man who's the head of a household, not on a woman. Not on a woman. It's very, very hard for me. And I'm very grateful to my cousins for lending me that money and giving it to me, because at the end of the day, I do know that everybody's got their own expenses. I'm not a 16-year-old. I don't live in a vacuum. Of course, I know that everybody's got their own expenses. But people keep telling me that. Even my landlord. When I ask for help, he says, I've got my own expenses. I'm sorry. So it's not like I don't know that they've got their own expenses, but my situation is so bad that I have to ask for help. I'm like a slave. I'm like the saints. When the saints got treated badly, Saint Paquita and all of them, or this mother, what's her name, Cabrini, that's how I get treated. I would just like people to have some understanding for me. Instead of always pushing back, always saying, oh, we got our own expenses, we got our own lives to think about, pushing for me to go and get psychiatric care that I don't need. Because all it does is it drags me down. It drags me down. It makes it worse for me. It doesn't help me at all. I mean, if I had my way, if there was a job for me in Zimbabwe, do you think I would stay here? Do you think I would reach out to my cousins or my aunts, my uncles, everybody, and ask them for help? I wouldn't, isn't it? I would say, you know what, I'm going. Wherever there's a job for me, I'll go. Who wants to be at the mercy of people like this? Especially when you worked hard, you studied, you proved yourself in organizations, you know how to take direction, you know how to manage teams, you know how to take control, how to lead. Do you think I would still be sitting here? I've had to be very, very strong for myself. And look at how well I've done. I play my piano, I go for walks, I go out, I go to the church, I help in the church. I mean, I'm a normal person. There's nothing wrong with me. Just because other people felt that I should be friends with somebody that they like, doesn't mean I have to be friends with them. Maybe I see something in that person that they don't see, that I don't want them in my life. I don't have to be friends with every Dick, Tom, and Harry. I don't, and it doesn't matter how much money they have, or what houses they have, or what cars they have. That's not the reason why you be friends with someone or why you love someone. That's not the reason. When my sister and my brother-in-law got married, their place was broken into. They started out with nothing. Our place in Zimbabwe got broken into so many times. We had thefts, we had people stealing from us, domestic workers. It hasn't been easy for anybody, and I get that. But I don't want people to keep on harping on about you need to go and get psychiatric care, you need to go back to Dr. Zaretsky. I made those decisions with my doctor, and my doctor stands by me. Dr. Ng stood by me. And my current doctor stands by me. So these are personal decisions. They're very personal decisions. It's like if somebody came to me, and I don't have children now. I don't have my period because I'm past that age. It's like if somebody came to me and said to me, oh, because you've been assessed with having psychiatric assessment and that report was sent, we feel you shouldn't have children anymore, we're going to sterilize you. That's what they do to the black people in Zimbabwe. That's what they did. That's what they did to the indigenous people. It's discrimination. That's what it is at the end of the day. Because nobody has a right to tell me to go back to Sunnybrook. Yes, I can be accountable for how I'm spending their money. I can be accountable for how I'm living my life. But I'm not somebody that takes their money and wastes it on drugs or drinking or saying, oh yeah, you know, they gave me this money, now I'm going to go on holiday. I don't leave my jobs because I want to. I've never left a job in this country. Never. I've never left a job. And I want people to respect me. I want them to respect me for what I've accomplished because I've had to do it on my own. I've had to do everything on my own, including getting my designations for HR, working in the interests of the public, helping others. I had to do it on my own. And it's been very, very hard for me. I don't even ask family to come anymore because they don't come anyway. I don't ask them. I don't ask friends either. I just push through it with my faith. And I find groups to join. I find things to do where I can be with people. It's not easy. And I believe I will get a job. Because posts like this are not just helping me, they're helping other people. It's not a venting session. It's to raise awareness on how human rights get trampled. It's to raise awareness on what happens in Canada. Even this thing at TD, with this money laundering and the gift card scam and all that, do you think it would have come out? It wouldn't. It wouldn't have come out. But somebody went and reported it to the Globe and Mail, and internally the employees started telling people outside what was happening, and that's how that came out. Because TD has a laugh out loud culture. I can tell you because I worked there. People enjoy it. They don't take things too seriously. And then by the time they started taking it too seriously, it was too late. It was too late, and who suffers? Who suffers? Do the executive suffer? No, they don't. The executive here in Canada are not like the executive in America. They don't go and sit in their car and blow their brains out. They're not like that. The Americans care. That's the difference. You think when Enron hit and all that scandal broke out, look at what those Americans did to themselves. Many of them committed suicide. Many of them took their lives because they could not believe what their decisions led to for America. That's the difference. That's the difference between Canada and America. And I don't care if people don't like me for saying it. It's the truth. It's the truth, and everybody damn well knows it. I worked with their military. You'll never get that in this country. You'll never get that love in this country. Ever. That's the difference between Canada and America. You'll never get it. And everybody's like, oh, she was so small when Elvis died. She goes on and on about Elvis. You know what? He was the best. He was the best, and people can't handle it. What's it got to do with you if I like Elvis or I don't like Elvis, or I ask Elvis to intercede for me in heaven? If you don't like it, move on. Don't even pay attention to my Facebook posts, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the constant criticism of who I am and what I love and who I love. I'm tired of it. That's what I have to say. America is different. And if you don't believe in God, you won't like America. Because even if you go to West Point, they've got big plaques about how they prayed and how the mist came up and how they won their war. So don't go to America. You don't like God? Don't go to America. You won't like it. Because that's the love that I'm talking about. That's the love. And you won't get it in this country. People don't pray here before the elections. They don't pray and ask God, God, please help us to choose the right people, to vote for the right people. The Americans always do it. Before every election, every church will pray. The Marians pray. I used to join in the Marian prayers. They sent me a card. I used that card to pray for Canada before I voted. There are big cultural differences between here and America. Very big. Very big. The Americans, if I was in America, my cousins wouldn't turn me out and say, go and live on the street. Or we don't know what you're going to do. They wouldn't do that to me. It's very, very hard to go through what we're going through in this country. A rich country like this, I'm going through what the indigenous people are going through. Every few years I'm on unemployment, claiming EI, going on welfare, looking into subsidized housing. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and Canada should be ashamed. Because I don't deserve to be taken to Sunnybrook. I don't deserve to have people coordinate calls saying that so-and-so wanted to be friends with me. I don't deserve any of it. And just because people don't want to confirm it doesn't mean it's not happening. And even the police told me that. I want to live my life in freedom. I went through enough war. I went through enough wars, and I'm tired of it. You don't like me, you don't like my decisions, leave me alone. At least give me that. Leave me alone and let me live my life and let me come up financially. Because I don't deserve this. I don't deserve it. I hate it. Every time I have to go to my landlord and say, I can't pay this month in full. I don't have enough money. I don't have work. I've been trying to find something. Sending out applications to the library, to the universities, to retail, to anything and everything, and not getting anything. I don't deserve it. We don't deserve what TD did to us. The public of this country doesn't deserve it. And if it wasn't caught, if it wasn't recorded, I'm surprised they weren't, it was too big. They couldn't sweep it under the carpet. That's why it came out. That's why it came out. And who suffers? The people who are earning the least amount of money. We're the ones who suffer, always. We're the ones, the little we have is taken away from us, always. That's what happens. That's why even this one campaign I stayed on, I don't know if Bono's coming back. He seems to be taking an interest. I don't know whether he's going to or not. But we use our voices and it takes courage. I'm not the only brown-skinned person going through it. Everybody that's in that one campaign has experienced discrimination of some form or the other, especially the women that come here from other places. We've all experienced it and we share our stories because that's the only way we can strengthen each other. And it's hard.